Commissioners, we've had a long series, very diligently, every department's been working on the transition to the jail. I think that we are all very much engaged in this process. I think it's definitely going to occupy a lot in most of our time for the next few months, but I did want to give you an update. The first is the legal considerations. The county attorney's office has received copies of all the contracts related to the detention system. They've identified approximately 33 contracts broken down into the following areas: IT services, food and inmate commissary services, health care, which includes drugs, counseling, drug testing, and other miscellaneous contracts. They are in the process of reviewing these contracts to see, one, if they can be assigned over to the county, two, if we want them assigned over to the county, and three, if there are any procurement issues that we would have if we brought them over, meaning if they were not procured under a bid process or something like that, would we have to go back and do that now? So if there's any questions for where the legal department is on that, I'm sure Allison can answer any questions that you have on that. If not, I'll continue on to human resources.
Yes, if I could just briefly, and in fairness to Mr. Champagne and the legal staff at the Sheriff's Department, they actually have been very cooperative in working with me. He did make a great effort to make sure that I did receive copies of these contracts of his own accord, so I do have to give credit where it is due. With working with the legal office, we haven't had problems at this point. I did speak just yesterday with Mr. Deutsch of the Department of Justice, and just to give you an update of where we stand with him, he is in the process of crafting a draft settlement agreement. The point of this is not something that he intends to force on us, but instead plans to use as a jumping-off point for discussions and negotiations with the county. I don't yet have a copy of what that looks like. It's just something he'll be getting to me when he's completed.